So there I was, checking my Discord messages and doing my homework when my friend sends me a worrying message. I was obviously intrigued, so I decided to give it a watch.
So from September 2024 until August 2025, I attended 7 in-person tournaments. At 5 of those tournaments, I was groped. Fans, when taking pictures with me, put their hands on me sexually and non-consensually during the act of taking photos.
I couldn't believe it. The creator who had gotten me into competitive Pokemon when I was in high school was being groped at official Pokemon tournaments. Worse still, this wasn't the only case where fans committed sexual assault on a content creator, as Twitch streamer Emaru had a very similar incident happen to her not even a week ago. But what really worries me is not these cases, as bad as they are. It's the cases that are unseen and unreported that are much more sinister. Because it means a criminal got away with the most unforgivable crime on Earth. Well, I say this cannot go any longer. The victims of sexual assault need justice, and nothing can happen until the oppressive systems that allow rapists to get away unpunished are dismantled. So let's explore how most sexual assault is completely invisible. Picture this. You are a 12-year-old child who fittingly lives on 12th Street in New York. And you're walking home at night after soccer practice. Your house isn't too far, and you think you're reasonably safe to go alone now that you're a bigger kid. So you do exactly that. However, you don't notice a shady man grab you and drag you into an alley, and he ties you up, gags you, and slowly exposes your vulnerable parts to be assaulted. This is what most people imagine sexual assault or rape to be like. A very violent, graphic scene where someone is obviously violated in a very extreme way. And while this does happen, most of the time, sexual assault happens in more subtle ways. A fan tries to kiss a streamer at an event. A guy takes a girl home even though she's intoxicated and she can't give consent. A playful touch on someone's breast without consent. Or even your girlfriend, boyfriend, or partner reluctantly saying yes to touching them in a sexual way after you asked them 10 times before and didn't get a response. The problem is, these cases that I mentioned are still very serious and still are a violation of consent, but they don't get reported because it's hard to prove that something like that actually happened. The question now becomes, what can we do about it? If the system is set up in a way that sexual assault is normalized, then we either must overhaul the system as a whole, or we must find a way to work around it. In my eyes, the best short-term solution is to promote visibility for sexual assault survivors and education regarding consent, as well as voting for officials who push for better sex education in our schools so that our children understand the concept of consent better. Additionally, more victims like Wolfey need to share their stories so that they can be examples, and then even more people feel comfortable sharing their stories. But most importantly, we must believe the victims. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, the rate of false accusations of sexual assault is between 2 to 8%. So the harm of potentially framing innocent people is much smaller than the harm of nearly 2/3 of all sexual assaults going unreported each year. Victims of any kind of sexual assault, rape, or groping should be able to share their stories without getting blamed or ridiculed, even if there isn't solid proof in the same way there is for other crimes. And if this doesn't happen, more criminals will get away with it every day we do not act, Every day we continue to silence victims. Bottom line is, perpetrators need to be held accountable. Victims need to be heard. And if those things happen, sexual assault might just become a bit less invisible. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. If you would like to support sexual assault survivors, I'll leave a link in a pinned comment to the NSVRC's website. That way you can get involved in helping more victims get their stories out. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to support my work, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe to my channel, because that way more people will be able to reach my content that might be in need of it. As always, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Peace.